What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series talk show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today we are going to be discussing the Black Series figures that we need from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Yep, we're continuing our little sub-series of Figure It Out, where we go movie by movie. We did this for the first time years and years ago, but we're finally going to relaunch it and complete it this time.
That's right.
So we did Phantom Menace, we did Attack of the Clones, we actually also did Ahsoka recently,
True.
The series.
True.
And now we're circling back and finishing out the prequels with the best prequel, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, yeah. So satisfying. So many great Jedi, clone, droids.
Yeah.
It's really got everything.
True.
And I think so far this is easily our most substantial list if we're counting like
The cheating?
the onslaught of clones that we will mention.
True. We do a little bit of cheating in this list, but hey, be sure to hit like, subscribe if you are new. We are always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. This is not a top 5, not a top 10. There's like 7 things, but some of them we cheat and have more than one.
Yeah.
Coming in with our first pick, which is just more clones.
Right.
We have talked extensively about these, so I wanted to get these out of the way first. There's a couple picks in here that we kind of just want to get out of the way first. Of course, the 41st Elite Scout, the 212th Airborne Trooper, Commander Bakara, along with his Galactic Marine, and Commander Neo, preferably on that Bark Speeder.
Could you imagine?
That'd be so awesome.
Episode 3 really is Clone Trooper City. I mean, every clone we see on screen, I want a figure of, but
yes,
specifically to just narrow it down some.
Well, these are like the 5 most essential ones that we don't have yet, pretty much. I mean, there's like the clone pilot and stuff like. I mean, I'll take them all.
Yeah.
But this, I have a graphic that has 5. I feel like if they could just finish these out, we'll be good on Revenge of the Sith clones.
The other obvious choice here is going to be a newly sculpted head-to-toe Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
we
both.
need both of them. Their original Episode 3 figures suck. Straight up. They're not good. They weren't good at the time. They're not good now. Their archive versions are also not good.
Very true.
And it's just time. They're 2 fan-favorite, iconic characters. I know Black Series is always about the definitive version of the character, but it's like, come on. We know these aren't definitive.
Right. We need these figures on the modern 2023 Black Series articulation, especially with Jedi now featuring butterfly joints for these past few years. The archive, like you said, it just not going to cut it on these figures. We had a handful of people defending Obi and Annie, saying we have enough Obi and Annie. No, we need the modern Black Series treatment for both of these super iconic characters. Unfortunately, we do know for a fact that Anakin Skywalker Episode 3 has been pitched by the design team multiple times, and it has failed every single time. However, this was probably a year ago by now.
Right.
So, I mean, we have his appearance in the Kenobi series, also Ahsoka much more prominently with that sort of Revenge of the Sith look. So I'm hoping it's like, oh, new media, so now we can do the figure of it.
Right,
so
right.
Really hoping we get at least a new Anakin soon, but we also desperately need a new Obi-Wan.
Yeah, get that old peanut head out of here.
Moving into some more obscure alien type stuff, Mas Amedda, I think I'm pronouncing that right. He's the vice chairman on the Senate. He's always kind of like Palpatine's right-hand man.
Yeah.
He's always in scenes with Palpatine in the Senate and then in his office. It's just the big blue alien guy with horns.
Yeah, it would just be another cool-looking alien. He does get like a little bit of fleshing out in the Clone Wars.
True.
Which does make him a little bit more interesting when you are like seeing him in live action. So I think it would be essential. I mean, like you said, we don't really see Palpatine too often without him by his side.
Yeah.
So with the upcoming, I mean, even though it's, Darth Sidious,
True.
Palpatine, still could be essential to go with that figure that's coming soon. Justin, this one is literally sitting right in front of Hasbro's face. Tarful.
Ooh.
Now that we have the new Wookiee body that they did with Black Chrysanthemum, I think that is the perfect little bit of reuse to give us a certain Wookiee chieftain.
Right. They could probably reuse the torso, I would imagine. Like, obviously without the armor, maybe do new hands or obviously a new head. I would love to see how the Black Chrysanthemum body sculpt looks with brown. Just the body. I mean, reuse that whole torso. New head. Weapon. He has like the blunderbuss or like a shotgun type thing, I remember.
Right.
He's kind of like another one of those iconic prequel things that aren't in it a lot. Kind of like Queen Amidala red dress. She's in a couple scenes, but it's like super iconic. It's kind of how I feel about Tarful.
I mean, when you think about it, Tarful, in terms of the entire Star Wars series, is like the only other Wookiee
Yeah.
that literally has anything more than is just like making Tarzan noises, swinging from vines in the background.
Yeah. It'd be cool to get a Wookiee warrior as well, but just start off with Tarful because it's a named... I mean, he's named in the movie, which I think is huge. Because usually, you know, Glup Shittos, which I wouldn't consider him a Glup.
No.
Because he's named in the film. Usually it's like you learn... As a child, you're like, oh, it's Hammerhead Man. And then years later, some book or encyclopedia comes out. But, you know, we get that little quote from you. Goodbye, Tarful. Goodbye, Chewbacca.
Exactly.
So, I mean, Tarful. Why not? Now let's get into some Jedi picks. We're cheating again. We got a 2-for-1. We got Jedi Agen Kolar and Sassy Tin. This would, of course, flesh out the arrest of Palpatine scene when Mason Kit rolled up with 2 other Jedi, which for the longest time, as a kid, I had no idea who they were. I knew Kit.
Right.
But Agen Kolar is the Zabrak Jedi with the blue lightsaber, I believe, and then Sassy Tin has green, I think. Here's the photos, if I'm right or wrong.
I don't know.
I know you love Sassy Tin.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know me. I love my Sassy Tin because mainly what I really want is Tartakovsky Clone Wars Sassy Tin, where they just gave him like a medieval suit of armor for his...
And his helmet is just so cool.
Right, because he's still got his horns like sticking out from the side, but it's like, you know, it's awesome.
They've been doing quite a good job fleshing out. You know, they did Plo and Kit back in 2019. We were kind of stale for a few years there, but then we got Ayla Secura recently. We have Kiadi Mundi coming. Another thing about these videos is there's no repeat characters. Like we already said, Luminara, Unduli, and Shakti for our Attack of the Clones.
Right.
Same thing with Newt Gunray. That's why he's not on this list. So, you know, just going down the list, I'm like, okay, we got Ayla, we got Kiadi. We already said Luminara and Shakti. I'm like, okay, these two make sense because they're in that iconic scene, and they just get instantly in almost a cartoonishly hilarious, oddly shot sort of choreography, you know, sort of way. Just immediately killed off.
Listen, whatever justification the Sith scream, Force scream thing is...
You mean the...
Exactly. You're telling me my boy Kit only blocks one time before being obliterated?
Hey, he blocked once, man.
Now this next pick is one that a lot of people have been asking for, and I am once again surprised that we have not seen this, and that is a prequel Yoda.
Yeah, we have Yoda in the Black Series, of course, and you can take the cloth goods off and fudge it. No, you can't really, honestly. Right. We need a new one from head to toe. We have a newly sculpted Yoda, Empire Strikes Back, with the Luke Skywalker. That is a new sculpt for Yoda, where it's like the proper scale and everything, but he's not agile. Like, we need something that can do flips and shit.
Right. Like, I would definitely want it to be super articulated, like somehow get butterfly joints and like a really tiny body like
the
that.
SH Figuarts Yoda is like such a good example. It looks so good, and it comes with this little chair.
Yep.
Love that.
That would be great. And I believe like the SH Figuarts one is like swappable legs so that it looks like he's actually sitting in the seat.
Okay, I like that.
Which is really cool, but that figure is like a few years old, and like we always talk about, you know, every day, like Hasbro is just completely closing the gap on SH Figuarts. So I really do feel like they could give us a Yoda on that level today.
Yeah, I think so too. I would just love this so much. I almost forgot to put it in. I was kind of asking the Discord, like, what would you guys like to join the Discord, by the way? Sometimes I ask questions.
Well, I know we were talking about it, and I was like, let me think. And then the first thing I was like, Yoda? Question mark?
Yeah, I was like, we do need like a prequel Yoda. He's in all 3, and he has action-heavy scenes in 2 and 3. I want to see Yoda fling his lightsaber into the clone trooper's chest and then jump on him and pull the lightsaber out.
Yeah, and then also give us a Tartakovsky Clone Wars Yoda where he comes with the alien creature that he's riding on, right? Am I asking for way too much here?
I think you've went too far in a few places, like old George did back in the Phantom Menace.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
Lastly, we would love to see another Palpatine. I know they have Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious pipelined for the Black Series, but I want his red robes.
Yeah.
I want his red robed look. I was going to ask you, because the design is slightly different between his pre-scarring,
right,
and like his regular old Palpatine look with the more poofy red robes. That's what I want, so we could build out the scene of Mace Windu. But there is a slight costume change when he's actually like full-on Emperor. He's delivering the speech, and it's still the red robes. It's before he switches to the black robes.
But it's like the reversible, like...
I don't know what he's doing. Like, what is his wardrobe?
I'm telling you, there is something embedded in my memory where Palpatine's robe is the same robe, but one side is red and one side is black, and he flips it around.
I think you're thinking of like Rise of Skywalker, because it's like black with red accents.
I don't know.
Someone comment. Is there like a toy or something out there with a reversible robe for old Nady here?
I need it.
But yes, I want the... See, Anakin, I told you. The Jedi are taking over. Help me. Tweak. Can't hold on any longer.
But yes, I completely agree with you. Red Robe Palpatine is essential.
Also, just real quick, if you're not aware, we do have a Super Battle Droid, Destroyer Droid coming, and the Magna Guard just released. And Commander Oppo, which is essentially a 501st Army builder, all that is coming. So that's why that's not on this list. If you somehow are confused, like, where's the Destroyer Droid or Super Battle Droid? It's coming. They're pipelined. At the end of the day, I think Revenge of the Sith is definitely the most underrepresented in the entire line. Their reluctance to do Revenge of the Sith figures is really odd. There are, to this day, no Galaxy packaging at all for Revenge of the Sith. We've only had like Archive Obi-Wan or whatever. That counts as like a Revenge of the Sith figure. Screw that. I know Emperor Palpatine is coming, and I can't wait to see what Galaxy packaging color scheme they go with. I think they should start going a little more of a creative route with Galaxy packaging. Let's get like some crazy like Mustafar like orange and black, like a dual color scheme. Orange with like black ash accents and flames on Revenge of the Sith package. Hasbro, do your own spin on it.
Or, Justin, hear me out. Red.
Just blue again.
Just Revenge of the Sith is blue.
Because everything is either blue or some shade of red or orange.
Yeah. Hasbro's like, let me cook with this one. Red.
You know what it is? There's probably some super, like, scientific explanation for why most of them are either some shade of blue or some shade of red. Like, there's probably some focus group data point
It catches the
entry
eye
points.
on the shelf.
It's like the carpet back at the movie theater when they were like, this color scheme will make the customer more hungry and they'll be more likely to spend 0.5% more of the money that they have at the concession stand because of this color scheme. There's probably some true science to it. Who knows? But what I do know is, Hasbro, you need to do more Revenge of the Sith figures.
That was a good one. I like that. And it's also true, Hasbro. We need more figures for Revenge of the Sith.
Prequel beat coming next year, 2024. Take some notes.
And I mean, shoot, only one more year after that, and we got the big 2-0 for Revenge of the Sith. So.
True. And then we can get Zach's, like, #1 want, which is like that 2005-ish, like, Revenge of the Sith packaging.
Yes.
Do the nostalgia thing all over again.
I'm down.
Don't make them Target exclusives that drop on Father's Day in, like, the Father's Day clothing section or whatever that was, with no pre-orders.
Yeah. Visit the clothing department and ask a very confused Target employee about these figures. And they go, what? I work in clothes.
Don't do that again.
But that is all we have for you on this week's episode of Figure It Out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. And of course, as a reminder, you could have been watching this video a whole lot earlier if you are in a position to help support the channel at the Basement Battalion channel membership level. There is a link for that down in the description below. Big shout out and special thank you to all of our current channel members, though. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.
Wait, redo that. What's this stupid tape?